Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Gebo the Shaman, and today we are talking about the inner critic and things like that. So it's like childhood trauma, inner critic, and how to overcome the inner critic. Some tools and techniques that I've used that helped me to do that. So yeah, the inner critic can be very insidious and very devastating. And if we don't know how to handle it or how to overcome it, it can be very debilitating because we feel like nothing that we ever do is good enough, and we feel like the essence of who we are is a failure. And that's just not the case. That couldn't be further from the truth. So a lot of times, for most people, I feel like that inner critic is the result of childhood trauma and the abuse, neglect, and abandonment, and the feeling of like worthlessness in childhood and things like that. So this all stems from childhood. In my case, it does, and I believe that most people, this inner critic stems from childhood. So that's the most important thing that we have to remember, is that whatever your inner critic is telling you, you have to remember this is old programming. This is stuff from childhood that's coming up. And so, that's a part of how we handle it, how we, overcome it and move on, is we remember that this is stuff from childhood that's coming up, that it's a result of our childhood experiences and things like that. So, what else? The inner critic can stop us from doing a lot of things, a lot of positive things too with our lives. I am in the process of writing a Vedic astrology book, but it's like when I first began that book, it's like the inner critic was telling me, okay, who do you think you are to be writing a Vedic astrology book? And like, are you that's something that should be done by experts and not by you. You're not an expert. You're nothing basically. And so I really, that caused me to feel really crappy about myself, like like a failure, like I'll always be a failure and things like that. And it couldn't be further from the truth. So whenever I come up against that inner critic, that critical voice in my head, I just say, you know what, this is from childhood, I choose to reject that voice, because I know that that's not the truth. I know that it is incorrect. Some people have said, like, okay, their way of approaching the inner critic is by acknowledging everything that it has to say and saying, thank you for trying to keep me safe, but I no longer need you. It's one of those things where this is a defense mechanism, because if people were to see us in our full light, like the light of our soul shining brightly and unashamedly, it would be like we would risk actually being seen. We would actually risk feeling fully seen. And so this is what our inner critic doesn't want us to do. It wants to play it safe, it wants to hide, it wants to be hidden in the shadows, pretty much. And it's like if we continue doing what we've always done, we'll get what we always got. So in order to grow in life, we need to overcome this inner critic that keeps us back from doing the things that we want to do. Another example in my life is that I wanted to, and I'm still like working on this, but I wanted to create like a meditation course for childhood trauma, like a guided shamanic meditation course that could help people heal from childhood trauma. And I'm going to do that course. However, it's very scary for me. It's like the inner critic is telling me, who do you think you are? You don't know enough about childhood trauma. You shouldn't be telling people about childhood trauma. Like you shouldn't try to help people and fix people because you don't know enough and all this stuff. But the way that I go about it is I say, okay, that is old programming. I might not know a lot about it, but I've experienced it, and I feel like I've reached a point in my life where I'm overcoming it actively and not succumbing to it. So there are strategies and tools that I've adopted over the years that have helped me to overcome it. So I'm sharing those with you guys. And that's part of what this video is doing too. So yeah, it's the other thing is like that inner critic is a thought. It, like for me, it most often it'll just pop up as I'm waking up from sleep. So when I wake up in the morning, I have all these thoughts of like just self-hatred and like the inner critic telling me that who do I think I am? I'm not good enough, and all of this stuff. So it is I wake up very in not a good mood most days. I wake up very irritated and just feeling like crap about myself. So the other thing is, if you are getting messages like that where it's telling you that you are are not good enough, you're not loved, you're worthless, things like that. Man, that's what it's been for me. So what I do is I say, I basically tell myself that my brain, my programming is lying to me. So I tell myself that when I'm talking to myself in that way, and it's not me, it's like automatic thoughts, it's very debilitating. And so I say, when I have those thoughts pop into my head upon waking, I say, when I'm talking to myself, I'm talking to a sick person. So that voice, that inner critic, is just a sick person. It is a person, it's a part of me that is in pain. It's not fully healed. So yeah. So that's one thing. Like I try to remember that the thoughts that I have are not factual, and that, you know, whatever they're telling me is not factual. So, and then not only that, I remember that they're basically lying to me. So my thoughts are lying to me. That's another thing that I say to myself. And then I have, where another part of the process is counteracting those thoughts with the truth. And so it's like I counteract them with the truth, and I tell myself that I am good enough, that I am loved, and that that they're lying to me, basically. That those thoughts are lying to me, that I'm incredibly loved, I'm incredibly worthy, that I'm incredibly that I am enough, that I don't have to be something that I'm not. What I am is enough, and that's what I tell myself. That's what I have to tell myself. So, and that's true for you too. We are all enough. We are all infinitely loved. And so yeah, that's pretty much how I overcome my my self-critic, my inner critic, my so yeah, that's how I overcome my inner critic. And then, of course, the things that it tells me, like the thoughts that pop into my head, like, get me feeling terribly about myself, and I end up end up having like some like negative feelings about myself and things like that. So so I try to just, it's helpful to remember that it's lying to me, and that, that I am good enough, that I am smart enough, good enough. I am enough. So that's another affirmation that you could use is I am enough. If that inner critic gets to you. The other thing is just have your emotions. I mean, you see me tearing up and my voice, almost starting to cry. So that's another thing that you can learn from me. Just have your emotions. Just feel however you feel. It's okay, It's, for the longest time until I started therapy, I couldn't allow myself to have emotions, and they were very overwhelming for me and very overstimulating and dysregulating, so it would hijack my nervous system and stuff like that. So these are all things that you can learn if you put the effort in. So again, I highly recommend therapy. It's been super helpful for me. And then just allowing the feelings and using the tips that I shared with you today. If you are wanting to get into therapy, I'm not a certified or trained therapist. However, I've been in therapy, but I am a spiritual counselor, so you can come to me with any kind of problems and I can help you with those. So I'm eager to help people with their childhood trauma and things like that. So if you feel like we would be a good fit, then you can check out the life coaching packages I have up on my site. You can go to GeboTheShaman.com, or you can go to patreon.com/GeboTheShaman. And then we have, so really I'm looking forward to actually having some life coaching clients on that I work with regularly. I'm also looking into creating a support group. So if you are interested in participating in a support group that would be just 3 or 4, maybe 5 people in total, then I would recommend just letting me know in the you can go to the comments section, or you can fill out a contact me form at this site, so you can contact me there. So yeah, we're trying to get that life coaching taking off, and so if you want to be a part of that, then I would recommend signing up for the life coaching. So anyway, guys, let's see, what else do I have to sell you? Distance energy healing. That's a very positive, very powerful way to heal you of all kinds of stuff. Mental stuff, emotional stuff, psychological stuff, physical stuff. A lot of people think that the distance energy healing is for physical healing, and it is, However, a lot of it has to do with the emotional part. Healing the emotions. So when you sign up for that course, I'll give you your own guided meditation, and that course session, that distance energy healing session, will actually come with a guided meditation, and I will do my own healing session on you. So anyway, guys, what else do we have? The career coaching and the life coaching. So if you are wanting to discover your soul path and purpose in this life, if you're not sure what you want to do, or just kind of trying to figure things out, then I would get the career coaching from me, certification, or the career coaching session from me, and I'll walk you through the steps that I took to lead you on a guided meditation and discover your soul desire, your passions, your purpose, your path in this life. And then we have the life coaching. So if you want to heal from childhood trauma, then you can check out the life coaching. And in the future, I'll announce a video about this, but I'm going to be putting out a course on, or like a course, a series of guided meditations and things like that to start healing yourself from childhood trauma. We call this CPTSD and things like that. But yeah, it's childhood trauma. So, and then we have the Qigong courses. So this is one of the most powerful things that has helped me heal from childhood trauma, is the Qigong courses. So that course right there, this course is just a beginner course, but it does have some very powerful meditations and postures, and some very powerful Qigong exercises that even Qigong masters still use exercises from that. And then we have the self-transformation challenge, which is geared towards synergistically combining the Kundalini energy that rises up the spine, and then it combines that with the heart center energy, which is called the Shen energy, and that opens up your heart center. It releases all those blocked emotions and childhood traumas and things like that, and then it actually begins healing your body. And then the other energy of the body is Qi, which is in all of our cells, and so it combines Qi, Qigong, Kundalini Yoga, and the energy of the heart center to basically get you, it's really about individuation, discovering the essence of your soul and connecting with that, and being happy and content with the entirety of who you are as your own unique individual. So there you can see me doing some Kundalini yoga stretches, and yeah, so I would highly recommend that course. Anyway, guys, that's all I have to say. That's all I have to offer. So thanks for watching, and we will talk to you next time. Peace.